3, 2, 1. Oh! Oh, mama! Oh, Jesus wept! Oh, don't film this!
If you like the Fully Charged Show, then you'll love our live events.
Next up, we're in Amsterdam for Fully Charged Live Europe on the 24th, 25th and 26th of November.
Get your tickets today.
This is the Tesla Model S Plaid, the biggest, fastest, maddest and most expensive Tesla ever made. What this car can do on a drag strip has been very well documented, but today we're going to find out how it fares on a very different challenge, a bumpy, greasy British B-road. But first, a word on superchargers.
So, I just wanted to bring this car here to show these. So this is the second lot I've seen in the country. These are Tesla Superchargers version 4. This is the latest version of the Tesla Superchargers. One, they're incredibly fast. So these charge up to, I think they're capable up to 300 kilowatts. This did over 250 kilowatts when I plugged it in. It was pretty empty when I got here, plugged it in, and I saw 261 on the dashboard for a moment, on the readout there, 261 kilowatts. So that's adding like 900 miles range in an hour, which is obviously you don't plug it in for an hour, but that's how fast it's charging it. The second really important thing for these chargers is any electric vehicle with CCS capabilities can charge using these chargers. There are two ways of paying for it. You can use tap to pay, where you literally use your card or your phone, beep, you tap and that you pay for the electricity. That is slightly more expensive than if you've got the Tesla app, which is free to download. You don't need to have a Tesla to use the Tesla app, and you can pay via the Tesla app, and that is cheaper, so that's 50p a kilowatt hour, which is actually, if you look at all the costs for charging in the UK, that is kind of cheap. They've kind of set that bar quite low. They've set the technology bar really high, super reliable, but I've got to say they work really well. They're really easy to use. We're charging the crew car, the Volkswagen ID4, we're using that to charge it. We literally, I opened my Tesla app, plugged the car in, but it started charging. We did nothing else. Kind of nice. Okay, now then, controls, because this is coming through to lots of Teslas. I drove the newly refurbished Model 3, it had exactly the same thing. I want to put the windscreen wipers on. Where's the lever? There's no lever. I want to put the indicators on. There's no lever. It's all on the steering wheel. So wipers, there, press that button and it wipes. You get used to that. The wipers I can deal with. The horn is up the top there. I'm not going to sound that. The indicators are here. Oh, I think a lever is not a big step back technologically. I have twice now accidentally with the palm of my hand knocked the indicator when I didn't want to, and I was indicating that I was turning right when I was actually about to turn left. That was not good. It was going at low speed, come out to a little roundabout in a town, just give me a lever that I can do. It's been using them for years. I'm sure I'm wrong. I'm sure people will criticize me. I'm sure Tesla fans will say I'm an idiot and I'm a Luddite. But, I'm okay with the wiper. I'm okay with the horn. I'm okay with the speed wheel, so the volume and the speed of the car. You can set that to, I'll set it now to auto, so I'm not pedaling. Don't have to pedal. Don't have to use the pedals. And if I double tap that button, so that's on its sort of autopilot, hands-free. It's not autopilot, it's hands-free. It's not hands-free because you've got to hold it. So it's not like Blue Cruise in the Ford Mustang Mach-E where you don't have to hold it. This you have to hold it or it goes beep, beep, beep. But on a long, boring motorway journey, it is good. I've got this on my Tesla Model 3. It's pretty efficient. It used to do a lot more phantom braking in Teslas than it does now. It doesn't do that anymore, which is a lot better. So it's overtaking other big traffic. It's dealing with it. It knows where it is. On the dash, you can see all the other vehicles that are around it. It is quite an effective system. And it just means you can relax one step further because it's looking ahead much further than you are, seeing the traffic situation ahead. It will slow down if a car in front of you slows down. It'll speed up to the speed you set it. I've set it for 71 miles an hour. That's above the speed limit. Now it's 70. I'm turning off the motorway now I'm indicating by pressing that. I get an image on the screen there of if there's anyone on the inside. Very useful when you're on narrow roads with cyclists. It shows you there's someone behind you. So I just want to try and put the performance of this car into some sort of context. Sub 2 second 0 to 60. So when you see, if you've ever seen footage of rail dragsters, those are the ridiculous long cars that have massive tyres at the back. They're doing 0 to 100 miles an hour in about 2 seconds, so faster than this. But they're not allowed to be driven on the road, and they're entirely designed around that acceleration. It's a thing. A Formula One car would be nowhere near as fast as this. This is faster off the line. So if one of these was at the start of a Formula One race, it would get to the first corner faster than any Formula One car has ever done. However, as it started to try and go round that corner, it would lose horrendously, because Formula One cars can go round corners at ridiculous speeds. It will reach 200 miles an hour. Well, I've been in one car in my life that reached 200 miles an hour, and it was terrifying, but it was an open top car, and it was pretty uncomfortable. And it was on a track, obviously, it wasn't on a road. But that is, I now know 200 miles an hour is terribly fast. So this car can go terribly fast. And when you're driving your big Mercedes, BMW, Audi with a massive engine at 140, 150 miles an hour, your petrol consumption is eye-watering. You're looking at 4 miles to the gallon. You know, so that's what that speed means. You're burning fuel at an insane rate, which is never mentioned in all the hundreds and hundreds of hours of video and thousands and millions of pages of stuff that has been written about performance cars over the last 50 years. Never mentioned. Where does the fuel come from? How much fuel is burnt? How much does that cost us? How much effect and impact does that have on our society, on our political parties? How much are they being bribed? How much are they being backhanders, being paid out? You know, what compromises do we have to make to maintain that fuel supply? I'll tell you, horrendous, devastating ones. The sooner we stop burning fossil fuel into stupid cars, the better. End of lecture.
Support our Stop Burning Stuff Patreon and help us tackle misinformation about electric vehicles and clean energy.
So we have reviewed this car before, but I just want to do the quick basic stats. It's got a 100 kilowatt hour battery. It has a range of around 340 miles, realistic range. If you drive it like an absolute loon, say you're on the Autobahn in Germany, it would be more like 250 miles range. If you drive really carefully, and people have done this, it's well over 400 miles range. So it can go a long way. But that's set at the chill factor. So it has 3 settings for the performance. It's got chill, which is what I've been driving in, which is really nice, very gentle, very nice and smooth. Then it's got sport, which immediately makes it very, very more aggressive. The acceleration is much more aggressive. The top speed is frightening. And then you put it onto Plaid, and the whole thing changes. It just turns into a terrifying beast. And it's just, what is the point? The key really important point is you can't buy it in the UK because it's only left-hand drive, so you have to live in a country with left-hand drive. What I think one of the interesting things is if you drive it carefully, it's a big, heavy, 5-seater, big saloon car. It gets the equivalent, the energy equivalent of 147 miles to the gallon if you drive it sensibly. That is incredible. That really underlines the benefits and the efficiency of an electric vehicle. That's how much energy it is using to move itself along. Once you start flooring it and doing high acceleration, obviously it's using enormous amounts of power. So I'm going to have a go at the full launch on the road that's down behind me, and I've got to be under 60 miles an hour. It's really difficult. The roads are wet today. We've had a lot of heavy rain recently, so it's never going to quite reach its peak performance, but it'll be well under 3 seconds, 0 to 60. It's just horrible. But so that's your basic stats. I'm trying to think. So, I suppose I should mention 1,020 horsepower. That's what it's got when you give it the full beans, as they say. That is just bonkers, isn't it? Okay, so here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh, yes! Oh, mama! Oh, Jesus wept! It does weird things to your head. Your face drains of blood. It all goes down your back. That's just stupid. Why would you want to do that? What's wrong with people? But this, I tell you, this bit's quite good fun when you're already moving and then you go like that. Just wanted to give the Plaid badge a little bit of a rub there. I just want to say very briefly, this machine is an incredible example of engineering excellence. What they've managed to do to get this car to do what it does is breathtaking. If you think it's taken about 120 years to build a petrol car that can get anywhere near this fast, and this has been done in a matter of five years or something. Extraordinary, massively powerful, but also useful. Really lots of room inside it. Enough. We need to get back to normal, sensible cars for normal, sensible people who don't need to do 0 to 60 in the time it takes to cough. That's all. As always, if you have been, seriously, thank you for watching. And that is because he said, I cannot help it. He was Dutch. I'm not going to do my Dutch accent. I mustn't do it. It's so tempting. No, I'm not going to do it. It's going to be really sunny tomorrow. We're filming today. It's raining. Tomorrow it's really sunny and dry. Just,